that's what made me realize also. Well, I'm not saying that I'm the best mother, but I'm trying. We were not perfect, and nobody's perfect, but it just made me realize that I have to do my best also, and I don't want my children to experience the same experiences that I experienced. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching right now. I hope you're doing great. So we are back with another episode of our Relationship Matters. But before we dive right into our topic for today, which is about age gap in a relationship or age difference, to those who are new to our channel, again, my name is Morleys. I'm married to an English guy for almost 2 years, and we've been together for 7 years. So he'll be joining with me to discuss the topic about age difference or age gap relationship. So to those who are new to our channel and hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell button para ma-update kayo if we have new upload or if we have new video. Okay, so I'll see you later. Hi, we're back. So for today's topic, we're gonna be talking about age difference. So nowadays it's very common that older guys, older men, especially Western older men, are dating younger women. So let's hear it from my husband, from his point of view, the reasons why like older men likes dating younger women. This is not scripted, okay? So he doesn't even know that we'll be talking about this. He's not prepared.
Right.
Right, so he prefers the question as to why older men like him prefers to date younger women, specifically Asian women, that is.
Well, the question's got two sides to it, really. The first thing is, in the West, if you're an older man, basically you're invisible to younger women. In other words, women who are significantly younger than yourself are very unlikely even to talk to you, and that goes to a lot of Western society in the fact that older people generally tend to be invisible, and it's almost like when you get to 40 in the West, younger people don't talk to you in a social context, and certainly not out in society. So you see the big difference in attitude between Asian respect for older people and Western respect for older people, and this is very cultural. So that if, as a Westerner, you're out and about, whether it's the Philippines or anywhere in the southeast or even in Asia, then people treat you with a lot more respect and a lot more dignity than perhaps you would in the West. And that's typically typified by the fact that in the West, seniors get put away in care homes, whereas they are an integral part of the family and society in Asian cultures. We've got that element of approachability. The other strand to it is that in Asian cultures, it's not unusual for women to have boyfriends or husbands or significant others of men older than themselves, and so Asian society doesn't think it very strange for there to be a significant age gap between men and women.
Right, so how is dating how is age gap relationship being viewed in the West then? Like if you're an older man and you are with a younger woman, how do they react to that?
Times are changing in the West that there are significantly more men dating younger women in the West, although those women tend to be women from outside the West. As a generality, men looking at a age gap relationship won't think too much about it, and it won't particularly worry them one way or another, positively or negatively. Western women of the same age as the older men sometimes look on it negatively, and I think that's possibly because they feel insecure in their own relationships, and they're worried that their husband or partner's going to leave them for a new model or a younger woman. Where you do get problems, and I'm fortunate we didn't have this problem, but some of my friends have had the problem, is that
The
family problems, yes, you're right, dear, that grown-up children...
They opposed to the relationship is because they're thinking that, maybe the younger woman is just after money or something like that.
Yes,
Because what else could be the reason?
well, yes, so grown-up children of Western men can feel very insecure, either for financial reasons or for because they feel that the younger woman is going to steal their father's
Wealth.
love and attention. Yes.
I thought, well,
We were very fortunate that when I told my oldest daughter Sarah, who was 39 at the time, that she was about to have a sister. My daughter Sarah was over the moon. She said, "Oh, Dad, I've waited nearly 40 years for a sister."
How good is that?
And so she got on the plane with my two grandsons, and they flew to Cebu in the Philippines, the birth of Mercenari's eldest daughter Marianne, and they're very, very close. It's really nice to see. We're very blessed that all my children have really embraced, my two children also embraced mercy. So I would say with an age gap relationship, the main issue is if the Western man who is older has got children, that's where you may or may not get difficulties. The rest of society just gets on with it.
But have you ever had like somebody questioning you, oh, why her? Why such a young woman?
I've only ever had that once. I've only ever had that once, and amazingly, that was from a doctor, because I teach doctors and pharmacists. And then
I've never heard of that. So what did you say?
It was something negative. I just brushed it over and ignored it, really. And then another time, I was in our local pub in Lilburn, where our English home is, and I showed a picture of Marianne when she was just been born, and I showed it to a barmaid and said, "Oh, is this your new grandchild?" And I had to say, "No, it's my new daughter." But as a generality, I'm not aware that we've had any problems from the outside world, and certainly not from any of our family or friends over our age gap.
But have done. If, say, for example, your older children are against you having such a young partner, what would you have done?
Well, I never
reaction?
had to cross that bridge, but I probably would have had to do what a very good friend of ours did. A very good friend of ours who's also a pharmacist and Freemason like myself. His two eldest daughters didn't speak to him for about 8 years. But what brought them round was when he came back to England with his Filipino wife and their son, and they embraced obviously their stepbrother, and that brought them back together again. Why his two daughters were insecure, I don't know, but it is a risk of an age gap relationship that the existing elder children need reassuring that they're not going to lose out in either the financial stakes or the emotional stakes. And the emotional stakes and the love of a father is perhaps the most important thing.
Yeah. So before you guys hear my opinion about this matter, or why Asian women, or maybe I don't think it's just Asian, because there are some Western women also that who dates younger men. But before you hear from myself, I'd like to hear from my husband as to what he thinks. Why younger women, some of the younger women prefers to date older men. What's your opinion about that matter?
Well, as a supposition, I would say that younger women that date older men are looking for men that are more mature, men that are established, men that are confident, men that are more likely to be homemakers and family men, rather than wanting to go out with their mates every night playing pool or just messing around. Women throughout history have always looked for safety and security and providers in men, and I don't think the situation is very much different today.
But like, 'cause some would say that those younger women are only after money and financial matters and they gold digger. So has it crossed your mind or what? Specifically to me.
Well, I think probably if we have the Asian community, undoubtedly there are a lot of poor women that see Western men as a passport, and I mean that's in both a figurative and literal sense, out of poverty. As regards my relationship with Mercy was successful in what she did, and I never saw her as a gold digger whatsoever. And I've always looked at our relationship as a relationship of equals, and we bring different strengths to the relationship. Mercy's very good with money, and there's been more than one time when she said, "Oh no, we're not buying that. That's too expensive, or that's a waste of money." So
Yes, I am that. He's more of a spender than me, I think.
yeah, well, I like shopping. I'm
You
a
like
shopaholic.
shopping?
I'm a shopaholic, and I like shopping. And so I don't. It's not a particular. It wasn't a particular worry for me, but undoubtedly, in all societies, there are younger women that target older, more wealthier, successful men, and it's not unusual and it's not unexpected, but we're fortunate in that. But you can soon tell very quickly the people that are genuine, and you can quickly tell those people that aren't
Are
genuine.
just after money.
Yes, without a doubt.
More, as a woman's point of view, this might be in general or in my opinion myself, or I might be speaking for myself, but I think women in general are prefer a mature man, emotionally stable man, and of course financially stable, because of course you want somebody who can provide for you and look after you, and not just you, but your future family. And I think it's true to all women, regardless of whether you're Asian or you're Western. Do you agree with that?
Definitely.
Yes. So yeah, that's one. That's one. Number one today. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, and I think that well, I tend to think that mature men or older men are um, emotionally stable, and they're not into they're not into playing game. I think they're serious, because I'd like to think that they passed the stage wherein they just go around and mess up, and mess with other women. Basically, emotional stability is another factor. You like somebody that you can trust, and I think you, as a woman, you feel more secure, that knowing that, or thinking that your man is mature enough to be playing around. I think that's the point that I'm trying to say.
The other thing which I've noticed in a lot of cultures, not only Asian and Western culture, a lot of cultures, is that where you have young men dating young women, that when they're out, the young men talk very disrespectfully to the young women, whereas older men, as a generality, when you see them out, they're a lot more courteous, a lot more respectful, and appear to be a lot kinder to the younger women. And I almost sometimes think there's almost an element of the young men don't know how lucky what they've got, whereas an older man appreciates the fact that he's got a younger woman that loves and cares for him. So observationally, without a doubt, older men treat younger women better than young men treat younger women, from my observation.
And another thing also, I think for mature men, that they are experienced enough in life, so they can be your how do you call that, teacher
Guide,
you guide,
mentor.
yeah, they'll guide you, because of course they have more experience than you, so they know more about you. And I think that's one of the advantage, really, of dating or marrying an older man. And I see that in myself. I learned a lot from Nigel. He's a best teacher, a guide, and motivator. That's number one. Yeah, I think he motivates me a lot.
No,
Because see, he says big words that sometimes.
swallowed of Azorius, yes.
Yeah.
The only thing which I would say is that when you have somebody who's much younger than you, but of course not forgetting that in Asian culture women grow up very quickly, in Asian culture women mature very quickly, and in fact, as a generality, Asian women are far more mature than Asian men, as a generality, risking stereotyping. I underestimate mercy, and it is easy, because you're married to someone who's significantly younger than you, to underestimate them, possibly because you think they haven't had the experience. But that's something I have found, that I'm constantly, not every day, but very often I'm surprised by mercy, how what a wise head she is on young shoulders.
Let me add this. I think that for my age, I've matured early, because of the I was brought up, I was raised, so it makes me teary eyed now.
Definitely.
Speaking about my childhood, but yeah, with my upbringing, I matured early, so therefore I was looking for a mature man for myself. So you tend to seek something that would compensate for the emotional needs that wasn't met when you were a child, during your childhood years. I must admit myself. Is it okay? I didn't grow up in a very loving family. We can talk that another time, but yeah, that was my childhood. It's difficult. Ayoko naman. I won't talk it anymore because it makes me teary-eyed. I'll talk that another time. Okay, so
Well, you compensated for it now because you're a wonderful mother to the children, and they.
yeah, so basically, that's what made me realize also. Well, I'm not saying that I'm the best mother, but I'm trying. We were not perfect, and nobody's perfect, but it just made me realize that, you know, I have to do my best also, and I don't want my children to experience the same experiences that I did, that I experienced. So yeah.
Thank you for listening to me and my wife.
And I hope that what we're doing here is something that, you know, might be
But I can assure you,
helpful to you, and something that you can pick a lesson or two.
an age gap is not a problem. It's how you make the best of life and the best for your family. So bye-bye, everybody. We'll talk again another time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for being with
Bye-bye
us.
from
And
us.
if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell button para updated kayo if mayroon kaming bagong upload na video. So thank you very much, and comment down below if ano yung lessons na learn nyo dito, and your opinions as well on the matter. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.